Oh, yeah! You know what time it is. That's right, it's time for the Eddie and Webby podcast! Yo, I'ma bust out some theme song action for you. Check it out. The Eddie and Webby Show is the place to be. They're talking about beer and pickleball and technology. So if you didn't know, now you know. 'Cause it's time for the Eddie and Webby Show.
On today's episode, Eddie and Webby go to a pool party. This is the Eddie and Webby podcast.
Thank you for calling the Eddie and Webby hotline. This is Webby. How can I help you today? Well, yes, as a matter of fact, we do have Eddie and Webby merchandise for sale. Not only do we have t-shirts and hoodies, but we have mugs, we have beach towels, and we have fanny packs, and much, much more. Well, thanks for calling, random stranger, and I hope you have a great day. Oh, hey, how's it going? This is Webby, not Eddie.
And I'm Eddie, and this is our 72nd podcast.
Oh, yeah, episode number 72, and this is going to be another super fun and jam-packed episode from beginning to end.
The whole time. This is episode number 72. I can't believe it, as we always say at the beginning. I can't believe we're at number 72. This is crazy.
Yeah, I really cannot believe it, but it's happening. This is real, and I love it.
That's right. We're going to have an amazing guest to be able to have on tonight. But I do want to remind you guys that we are live. We are live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. And for Webby, get this, the 4 people that care, we are live on Twitch.
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
And the show is meant to be interactive, which means if you have questions, comments, anything throughout the entire episode, feel free to throw them in the chat. And we might actually even bring them up to our special guest or to us. But we all know that you guys don't care about questions for us. You want to ask questions to the guest, right?
That's right. So bring all your questions, bring your toughest questions you can think of, and see if our guest can handle it.
That's right. Bring the heat.
That's right.
I am super excited that we're going to be interviewing this guest here tonight. But Webby, before we get into any of that, I want to know, and the world wants to know, what in the heck is going on in Twitter?
Oh, man, that is a great question. I would love to find out what's going on Twitter. So I'm going to pull up Twitter right now on my cellular telephone, see what's going on the Twitter sphere. Here is a tweet from Huey, Dewey, Lewis, and the News. It was very interesting learning all about the PPA during episode 71 of the Eddie and Webby podcast. The Connors seem like great guys. Well, thank you very much for the message, Huey. And yeah, that was very cool getting it, having Connor on the show to learn more about the PPA. I really love what they're doing for the sport.
Definitely. And great guys too. Not only are they doing a lot, but they're just good guys.
Yeah. And they also want to take us on the pickleball court at some point. So one of the many challenges that that we have issued against us.
Bring it on, Connors.
That's right. Bring it. Let's do another comment here on Twitter. Here's one from Fart Simpson. I saw a post on the Eddie and Webby Instagram account about Webby competing in 4.0 tournaments recently. Who is he trying to fool? He should be doing 3.0 tournaments, and even then he'd probably still lose badly. Come on.
Man,
I've gotten better, man. I'm better than 3.0 by now, don't you think? At least 3.5.
Absolutely. You're solid 3.4, man. Like no, I'm kidding. I think you're doing incredible. Absolutely.
No, but seriously, I just recently did a very tough 4.0 division, and I recorded it all like I usually do, and I'll be doing some videos, and I'm pretty happy with how I did. You'll have to stay tuned for the videos to see if I made my way onto the medal stand. But let's do one more. Let's do one more message here on Twitter. Here's one from Mr. Rogers. I really miss seeing Eddie and Webby do live stream coverage and commentary at pickleball tournaments. Do you have anything planned for this year? That is a great question. I miss doing commentary and live streaming too, but unfortunately COVID kind of put a wrench in things for everybody.
COVID.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add to that? Do you have anything planned, Eddie, that you can talk about? Or
Not really. All I have to say is stay tuned, because there might be some things. There's irons in the fire. Is that the right expression?
I think so. That sounds like an expression that I've heard before, maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that one. Irons in the fire. We're not out of it. We're not packing up and going away. We're still heavily involved in the pickleball world. There's no doubt about that.
That's right. Oh yeah. Yeah, you are not getting rid of Eddie and Webby that easily, COVID.
Yeah. Loser.
But yeah, that's it for Twitter, and I think it's just about time to get to our special guest. But before we do, I got to get my vocal cords prepared for this interview, so I think now would be a great time to crack open a nice adult beverage. What do you think?
I think we should do that by now.
And I actually already cracked mine open. It's poured, so I got thirsty a little while ago, but I cheated a little bit. This is from Founders Brewing. It's called Cerise. It's ale with cherries, and this is a special one because it's only brewed in Michigan, and I think it's only sold in Michigan, and it's made with Michigan cherries, and it is very tasty, very tart and tasty.
Nice. Does Founders brew outside of Michigan?
I said that wrong. Founders brews in Michigan, but this one was specifically brewed for Michigan only, is what I meant to say.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
I like it.
What about you? What are you sipping on today?
So we finally got to go visit our friends at Fort Myers Brewing Company recently because they were able to open back up, and they have totally increased their production of their seltzer line called Spiked Hard Seltzer. And I picked up a case of these, and there's only a few left, which is how delicious they are. So I'm going to be enjoying an orange one now, and who knows, I might even crack open another one here in a little bit. But they're very delicious and 0 carbs. No sugar, and I think it's like 80 or 90 calories per can. So if you're watching your waistline like I am, it's a little nicer.
Sounds very nice. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
But I say we get to today's guest. What do you think?
I think you should do that.
Well, today's guest has only been part of the pickleball world for a couple of years now, but he has made a huge impact in a very short amount of time. He has made his way onto the medalist podium at numerous pro-level tournaments in men's singles, men's doubles, and alongside his sister in mixed doubles. And if that isn't impressive enough, he also referees college basketball and has even landed some acting gigs alongside A-list celebrities. We'll dive into that a little bit later. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Riley Newman. How's it going, Riley? Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me, Webby and Ebby. Happy to be here.
Very nice. I love the shades. You fit right in here.
Gotta join the club, man.
That's right. So first off, I noticed when we were kind of promoting this episode in the Pickleball Forum, I noticed that you left a comment in the forum about wanting us to bring the hard-hitting questions and not hold anything back. So I'm going to take you up on that offer right here at the beginning and start off with the doozy. Hopefully I don't offend too many people with this question, but it's something I've been dying to know, and that is, how did you first get into pickleball?
Oh, come on. That's the doozy of the question.
Nobody was expecting it. Nobody was expecting
that. That is weak, my man. No, so I got into pickleball about 2.5 years ago. I was refereeing college basketball at the time in Seattle, and my referee boss knew that I played a little college tennis, and he asked me if I wanted to play pickleball. Like, shoot, this is a good way to suck up to my boss. I'm going to go out to a little YMCA play where I was the youngest by about 50 years. And sure enough, I was having the time of my life, had an absolute blast, and then entered in my first tournament that same week, and we ended up winning the pro division. Took home a little bit of cash, and then the rest is history.
Nice. So did you have much of a sports background growing up?
Yeah, I played everything you could think of. I mean, soccer, football, basketball, baseball. I was a 3-sport athlete in high school, and then I played basketball and tennis in college. Whatever season it was, that's the sport I was going to be playing. And then once I just went to college, I just focused more on basketball and tennis.
Gotcha. So in your tennis days, did you prefer singles or doubles? And whichever one you preferred, did that carry over into pickleball also as far as your preference?
In college, I definitely loved playing singles. It was just that mano-a-mano type game that I really enjoyed. I didn't have to, focus on my partner, what he or she was doing. I could just focus on myself and control what I was controlling. But then now in pickleball, I prefer doubles way much more. Singles is a
No,
grind. It's hard on your body. Doubles, it's super fun, social, and then I think the rallies and doubles are much more entertaining.
gotcha. Yeah, I agree. I love doubles. But I recently started playing singles. Singles was something that I thought I would never get into because just my cardio was so bad. But actually, COVID kind of forced me to do a little bit more singles because here in Michigan we got hit pretty hard. So for the first month of getting back on the court, all I did was played singles, and like I've grown to like it quite a bit. But yeah, doubles is definitely where it's at for me in pickleball also. So I agree with you in that regard. It's definitely more fun.
Yeah, I mean, singles is, I mean, you have these hard hitting rallies, but I've really come to like the dinking aspect of pickleball. And in singles, you have a little bit of like the cat and mouse game, but doubles is all about just strategy and placement and just like it a lot better.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. So I mentioned earlier
Take off
that
these
you
sunglasses now that I'm in the hotel room.
yeah, nice. So I mentioned earlier that you referee college basketball. I'm assuming COVID probably impacted that quite a bit, but is that something that you still do actively? Is referee college basketball?
Yeah, so I referee all levels of college basketball except for Division One. So from November to March, I'm stuck somewhere in a gym along the West Coast refereeing men's basketball. It's my passion. I really, really enjoy it. And the goal is to get to Division One and be doing March Madness and all the big time games, and then play pickleball in the summer. But right now, I'm just kind of teaching pickleball. I'm playing a lot of tournaments, and just kind of pickleball has really taken over my life the last 2 years.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, definitely. So what do you think is tougher, refereeing basketball or refereeing pickleball? What do you think would be the tougher gig?
Oof. I have refed a couple pickleball matches. That's hard, man. Some of these older folks get on you. If you mess up a score or a rotation, they're gonna let you have it.
Oh yeah.
But I really do like the college basketball. You have the fans, you get the band, it's super loud. That energy in the basketball gym, you really just can't describe. It's pretty special.
Very nice. But yeah, I feel like with refereeing pickleball, like I feel like it's pretty much impossible to really be able to keep track of everything perfectly, like foot faults, the out of bounds lines, the non volley zone lines and stuff like that. I feel like that would be quite a bit more hectic in some ways,
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but like I already have a hard enough time figuring out the stacking just on my side of the court, so I couldn't even imagine how the referees do it.
right? Yeah, I haven't even attempted stacking yet, just because I just know that I would screw things up. Like I feel like that's just one more thing for me to really mess up and get into my head during the game. So I don't even mess with it yet. Eventually, I probably will, but not yet. I'm not
I
smart
mean,
enough for
even
that.
even the last tournament we were in Newport Beach, Tyson and I were playing, and we were trying to stack, and we had to call like two different timeouts during the match just because we didn't know where we should be and we didn't want to lose a point. So stacking is only for those select individuals. I appreciate those people out there.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
definitely.
hard.
So for those that don't already know, you come from a very large family, and if I'm not mistaken, you grew up with 6 siblings. Is that right?
Yep, yep. So I'm the middle of seven, five sisters, and a little brother. He acts like a girl sometimes, so there's basically six. No, but super close family, all athletic. Just kind of competed till the death match in a lot of these ping pong, pickleball, badminton, baseball, like whatever the sport was. We were just super competitive, and it was great growing up. And now holidays with everyone, it's even better.
Nice. So was everybody competitive, or was there like one or two that like weren't quite as competitive as the others, or were you all pretty much at your throats all the time?
Yeah, we were all pretty competitive. I think each one of my siblings did make like first team all conference in high school at whatever sport they played. If you didn't get first team, you wouldn't get dinner that night. So it was pretty stinking competitive. But that's what we've grown to love, is just how um, kind of close we are together as a family, and we support each other like there's no tomorrow. So I love it.
Awesome. Love it. That's very cool. So
Yeah.
speaking of being competitive with your siblings, right now we actually want to do something pretty fun that I'm super excited about, and it involves your sister Lindsay. For those that don't know, Lindsay was on the show a couple episodes ago, and we did a little challenge with her where she had to guess which pro pickleball player Ben Johns imitated in a video from Simone's YouTube channel. And she actually did so well that Eddie and I owe her a large blizzard of her choice the next time that we see her in person. So we thought it would be only fair if we gave you some type of a challenge, and we'll see if you can win a blizzard of your choosing. But just so you know, if you accept this challenge, if you don't do very well, you have to you owe Eddie and I a blizzard. So like you would have to give Eddie and I a small blizzard. If you win, we owe you a large blizzard. Do you think?
I was watching Lindsay's episode, and I think she played this incorrectly. She already agreed to the terms before knowing what it was actually going to be. So I want to know what I'm getting myself into before I agree.
That's smart. That's very smart. Yeah, because I wondered if you were going to accept it blindly without me even telling you what you had to do. So here we go. So what it is we want to find out how well you know Lindsay. So we're going to ask a series of 10 questions about her. And if you can answer at least 6 of them right, you have to get 6 out of 10, you will be the winner of the challenge.
60%. That sounds like my grades in high school. So I'm right on track here. Let's do it. I'll never turn down a bet, so I'm in.
All right, let's do it. So let's go ahead and kick off with this first one. And just so you know, you got to get at least 6 right. So for those tuning in at home, Riley must get 6 of these 10. And the first question is, what is the color of Lindsay's eyes?
Green?
Well, let's find out from Lindsay herself.
The color of my eyes are green.
All right, doing good. Very good. First one is correct here. So off to a great start. Let's go on to number 2. What is Lindsay's favorite Dairy Queen Blizzard flavor?
Oof, she changes it up depending on how her new baby feels. She'll go with either like an Oreo or she'll go with a Heath, but most of the times it's an Oreo Blizzard.
All right, Lindsay, what is the answer?
My favorite Blizzard kind of depends on my mood. It's either Heath or cookie dough.
Oh no.
Ooh, so what do you think, Eddie? I mean,
partial
he got
points.
partial credit. Did we give him the full credit for that, or does he just get half a point for that?
Oh man, I think it's going to come down to what the rest
too,
are.
like the mood.
Yeah,
the mood. It's like I got that part right too.
I'm going to say half a point.
Yeah, we'll say half a point. So you get half credit for that one. It was very close indeed. So let's move right along. Question number 3. What is Lindsay's favorite movie?
Well, it's sadly one of my favorites too, because I do enjoy some chick flicks. I'm going to say The Cinderella Story.
All right, Lindsay, is that correct?
My favorite movie that Riley should know because he's watched it probably more times than I have is A Cinderella Story.
All right.
Ding, 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 ding,
Got
ding.
it.
Man, you are on
Got
a
it.
roll. All right, let's go to the next
This is a fun
one.
game. I'm enjoying myself right now.
You know your sister very well. I think you're doing better than Lindsay thought. She didn't think you were going to do that well, to be honest. But
Okay, let's keep it rolling.
Yeah. So question number 4, who is Lindsay's favorite athlete?
Oof. Actually, I got to meet her favorite athlete before he passed away. I was reffing a basketball game in LA, and he was reffing her daughter, like an AAU at the time. And he's one of my favorite athletes too. And I'm pretty sure the answer is A, Kobe Bryant. Final answer.
All right. Lindsay, who is your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete is, or was, Kobe Bryant.
Congratulations. You're 3.5 for 4 so far. So doing very
You're
well.
giving me some softballs, Webby.
All right. I feel like it's going to start getting, I think this one's pretty easy, but I think after that it might get a little tougher. So for this next question, what is Lindsay's favorite genre of music?
Oof. She does like some hip hop, but as a family, we do love our old country music. So I'll go with country music.
Ooh, so you had one thing you were leaning towards, but you changed it up, and that's so
Oh,
country's your final
no.
answer? Is country your final answer?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with country.
Okay. Lindsay, what is your favorite genre of music?
My favorite genre of music, and probably Riley's too, has got to be country.
Oh, nice.
You did it.
Nice try,
nice.
Webby.
Yeah, I tried to scare you there, but you did it. You did good on that one. So you only need one
Gotta
more?
go
Or
with my
actually,
gut.
no, you need 1.5 more. So technically you need 2 more to win because the half point isn't going to save you here. So you got to get at least 2 more correct to win. The next question is, what TV show does Lindsay watch every morning?
It's one of the news shows. I'm going to say the Today Show.
All right, Lindsay, what TV show do you watch every morning?
I watch the Today Show every morning unless I'm out playing pickleball.
Very nice,
Man.
man. You're doing great. Yeah, I think you're definitely surprising, Lindsay. She thought that you were gonna struggle for quite a few of these, but I do think the next few are the hardest ones yet. So you're not in the clear yet. You do got to get one more right to earn the blizzard. What is Lindsay's favorite thing to do on Whidbey Island?
So people who aren't watching, Whidbey Island is our hometown just outside Seattle. Got to take a ferry to get out there. What's her favorite activity? Oof. I mean, it was always sports on the island. God, that's tough. Maybe I'll say riding bikes.
All right,
That's
Lindsay,
not, that's, I
what
don't feel
is your
super
favorite thing
confident.
to do on Whidbey Island?
My favorite thing to do on Whidbey Island is looking for golf balls and working on my golf ball stand. Both of the things that Riley never helps me do.
That's probably why I got that wrong, because I never did it. I still don't do it.
Nice. Well, I feel
Shoot.
like these might keep getting harder. Well, the next one, I don't know. It has to do with you, so you might be good here. So let's find out. What is Lindsay's favorite gift from you?
Well, I got her a country music kind of concert ticket for Christmas this past year. It was Dan and Shay in Arizona, so I'll go with that.
All right, Lindsay, is Riley correct?
My favorite gift that Riley has ever given me has got to be Dan and Shay tickets that he gave me and my sisters last Christmas. I don't think we'll be able to go this year because of COVID, but I hope he continues giving good gifts.
Nice work. Well, Eddie, we owe another member of the Newman family a large blizzard.
Yeah, that's all right though. Although we could mess around here a little bit and double or nothing. These last two,
Ooh.
you get them both
wait a
right.
second.
You guys are starting to know the Newmans pretty well with this double or nothing stuff.
All right, so yeah, what
Shoot.
do you think? What do we do? So double or nothing. So how does that work? Like, so would he get
Right, I already got a
two
large right
two
now.
large blizzards?
Yeah, so basically double or nothing. We have 2 questions left. If you get both of them right, we'll give you 2 large blizzards. And if you get them wrong, then it's a wash.
So I got to get both. If I just get one right, that doesn't count.
Correct.
Or how about this? How about we up the ante even more? If you get both of them right, we'll give you a $20 Dairy Queen gift card. Then that'll get you definitely at least 2 blizzards, but you can get some food even if you go to one of the ones with food.
Well, that could be the most money I make this weekend if I don't play too well. So, sure, let's do it. Come on, bring it on.
Oh man,
Right.
we saved the hardest for last, so it might have been a boneheaded move. We'll find out. All right, so here we go.
All right, let's do it.
Question number 9, and Riley must get these 2 to get the gift card. If Lindsay was stuck on a deserted island, what is the one luxury item she'd wish for?
Oh, I should have taken the bet. The luxury item. That's the thing with Lindsay. She's very, basic. She doesn't need a lot to have fun, which is why I love her so much, because she's a kind, doesn't need all these fancy things. Luxury. She loves going on like cruises, but can I get a hint?
Oh man, I don't know. Can you think of a hint that won't give it away, Eddie? I feel like whatever I say is just going to give it away.
I can't think of anything.
Oh, of course you can't. Luxury
It's all I can
item.
say. I know her answer, and it's a really good answer. That's all I can. That's my only clue. It's a very good answer.
Can I phone a friend? Is someone listening in the comments section?
Yeah, if somebody comments in the next 5
luxury-
seconds, you can use that answer.
Luxury item.
Nope,
Boy,
time's up.
Okay, I'll say a massage. She wants a massage day. I don't know. That's just a bad answer.
All right, Lindsay, what is your luxury item?
The luxury item I'd wish for is a boat so I can get the heck out of there and onto the pickleball courts.
Dope.
So corny.
A smart answer, though. Very smart answer.
I did say cruise. On the boats, but no. Okay, all right.
Well,
No
here's the
Dairy
thing.
Queen for me.
There's one more. So why don't we let it roll? But this time, if you get it wrong, you owe us 2 smalls. But if you get it right, then we owe you
It goes back to the original bet.
original bet. What do you say?
Okay, one question to decide it all. I'm all in.
All right.
Sounds good. And I don't think it's quite as hard as the previous one. I still think it is kind of tough. You got to really know your sister for this. But who is Lindsay's celebrity crush?
She has a couple. So she loves Zac Efron. She's a big Channing Tatum fan, but she really likes Chad Michael Murray. I know I said one of those answers right there. Now it's just figuring out which one it is. Celebrity crush. She talks about Channing Tatum all the time, so that's going to be my answer.
All right, Lindsay, who is
I'm
your
getting more
celebrity
nervous
crush?
right now than I am for like my last gold medal match.
My celebrity crush is Channing Tatum or Chad Michael Murray.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding,
Got
ding.
it.
Nice work. Nice work. Clutch performance there. Pulled it out in the end. Nice work.
Golly, I clutched up there.
Yeah. Nicely done. Yeah.
Can
So
breathe
Lindsay
easy.
thought that you would get 5, maybe 6 at the most, but you only missed that one. Or you missed 1.5. But the one
Yeah,
that you got half point on, that was I think that was really close enough. So nice work, my friend. So yeah, we owe you a large
Yeah.
blizzard the next time we see you.
Awesome.
Thanks for-
8 for 10.
thanks for
I'll take it.
playing.
I'll definitely cash out on that. That was a super fun game. That was fun.
Yeah, thanks, Lindsay, for participating, giving us those awesome answers. I gave her a list of questions, and she actually told me they were way too weak, so she kind of spiced them up a bit. She helped make them a little more interesting.
People think like when they watch Lindsay and I play on pickleball, like timeouts, we'll go our separate ways. We won't really talk. But there is a lot that I know about her, and there's a lot that she knows about me. We're super close. So glad to get the W on that game.
Nice. That's awesome. And I love watching the two of you play together too. Like Eddie and I have talked about this numerous times. Like you guys are one of the teams that I felt like really kind of brought something different to the pro pickleball world that we're big fans of.
Yeah. I think we're kind of changing the game with kind of like our two-handed backhand approach. That was very new. A couple of years ago, no one was really doing it. But now you see a lot of the top pros, they're doing it. I feel like our defense is pretty strong, get just a lot of balls back. I hope we can be entertaining to watch with Lindsay's earnings. And, I try and take some middle balls, but it's all in all, it's really, really fun playing with her. I'm going to miss her these next couple of months because now, that baby bump is getting a little large. So I'll be playing with some other partners here the rest of the year.
Nice. So yeah, you mentioned the two-handed backhand. When you guys first kind of busted out on the scene, did anybody tell you like, oh, you gotta ditch the two-handed backhand, or were you just so dominant right away that people were like, yeah, he does pretty good with that?
Yeah, there were a few people that tried to take our two hands off the paddle and just have one on there. But, if it's ping pong, tennis, whatever the sport was with the racket, we always just had two hands. We just felt comfortable with it. So we kind of quieted the haters those few days. And now those haters are actually using the two-handed backhand. So we're changing the game.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, that's what I'm really loving about the sport right now is all the new people getting involved. It's not just the exact same people making it to the gold medal rounds that we used to see time after time. So yeah, I definitely love it a lot. One thing I've really been loving lately is the pro tours that are starting to happen. We've got the APP and the PPA going on, and you recently had a great showing alongside Tyson McGuffin at the recent Showcase PPA Grand Slam event in Newport Beach, California. How was that experience?
That was a really tournament. It was a kind of our first big tournament back post COVID. So I was definitely itching to get out there. I've been training a lot, trying to get my body in the best shape for the tournament. And, it was really fun. I taught there a couple months ago. So I had a decent amount of crowd following behind Tyson and I. They all supported us, which was really nice of them. And we actually ended up losing our second round match. And Tyson we kind of look at each other and be like, this is going to take quite the run to pull it off. And we just dug really deep. And I think we ended up winning like 8 matches in a row to get the gold medal. So that's definitely one of my favorite tournaments of my career so far. That was fun.
Nice. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch. We actually have a clip we want to play. It's from a local news station that did a little story about the event. And Eddie, I say go ahead and roll it.
It's Tyson McGuffin from Chelan and his partner Riley Newman in the Deer Court putting on a show. McGuffin and Newman lost in the second round but advanced from the losers bracket, win the title game in convincing fashion. 15-5 is your final. I'm Chris Egan, King 5 Sports.
Very nice. How cool is it to like see yourself on local news stations like that, on the sports coverage like that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Obviously watching, his name was Chris Egan from Seattle. So, growing up, him do the sports report, on the weekends. And then my grandma called me in my hotel room at like 10 p.m. And I'm just kind of thinking, what's my grandma calling me for right now? And she's like, Riley, I just saw you on TV. And she's kind of like tearing up. And, it's actually pretty emotional for her. So it was really cool. I've had some friends that said, hey, I saw you on TV, pickleball. I thought it was such a stupid sport, but now you're on the television. So it's really cool.
Very cool. So there was actually some very interesting moments caught on camera right after that match ended. And in case anybody missed it, I want to play that clip right now. So Eddie, go ahead and roll that.
Take this. So if your dog stinks a lot, do a sponge bath.
I'm a tough boy.
Turkey and rice is so spot on right now. Are you about the same? That's weird. Okay, now sing with me.
Oof, me not prepared. So maybe Spice Girl Fish Bowl? I probably won't.
Yeah, so what was going through your head when that moment happened?
I was pretty sure I didn't say any of those words, but somehow they appeared on my screen right now.
So, you guys were the latest victims of the bad dink reading treatment that we've been doing lately.
I haven't seen that one. That was pretty cool. That was, and especially because, that was Ben Johns' sister interviewing us. So it was nice to not play against one of the Johns in the gold medal match. That was probably my favorite part of the whole tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was so cool. Such a cool thing to watch. And hopefully nobody gets offended by those bad dink reading videos that we do. They're all in good fun. It's we're big fans of bad lip reading, and that's basically what it is. It's just we're blending bad lip reading with pickleball. Super fun to work on. And that was actually the world premiere. That nobody has seen that yet. That was the first time ever the public has ever seen it, is just now. So but Eddie, what's going on social media?
There's been quite a few questions coming in, but ironically, you've answered them almost when they were coming in. So there's a couple that I do want to point out since we were bringing up you and Tyson. Tyson, first of all, commented in, and he says, I want your bod with 4 heart emojis after it.
Now that's serious. When there's 4 hearts,
Yeah.
like if it was just 2 or 3, that's no big deal. But 4 hearts, like that's special right there.
That's right.
I'm surprised he's not in the hospital right now because Meg's about to pop one out. So he should be taking care of the wifey right now instead of watching this.
Maybe he's in the hospital waiting and watching this at the same time. That's how committed your partner is to you, Riley.
That's right.
Gotta love it.
And speaking of partners, Andre Paul wants to know, Riley, who asked who, Tyson or you? This is the question of
Ooh.
2020, right? Who asked who to be partners?
It's not the question of 2020. So I believe it was in May, just after the U.S. Open. I actually beat Tyson in mix, the bronze medal match. And then after I beat him, he's like, "Oh, who is this guy?" And then he asked me to play all of 2019 and all of 2020. And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." We actually played tennis growing up against each other, like junior tennis. So we knew each other a little bit. And then I thought it'd be good for Selkirk because we're both team Selkirk. I like the way he fights on the court. Pretty strong mental guy. So we committed for 2020, and then he asked me 2021. And since we didn't get to play a lot of tournaments this year, we are committed for 2021 as well.
Very nice. Yeah, I love watching the two of you play. I feel like that's been a great team in the world of men's doubles. So definitely looking forward to more collaborations between Riley and Tyson. That's for sure. So we were previously talking about the PPA event that happened this past weekend. You've actually got another one coming up this weekend, don't you?
Yeah, so I'm currently in Salt Lake City, Utah, in my hotel room. We play a PPA Invitational tomorrow and Saturday. It's going to be on Facebook Live, the PPA site. Friday is men's round robin, and then Saturday is mixed doubles. So it's going to be super fun. It's actually at Connor Pardo's backyard. He's got a court in his backyard. They're streaming it from there.
Oh,
It's
nice.
going to be a legendary time. Really looking forward to it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to check that out. Absolutely. So I want to get to something pretty interesting that I learned about you. It was when you were on the No Smoke Pickleball show with Lauren and Kyle last year, along with Lindsay, and it got brought up that you shared the screen with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in an episode of the show Ballers on HBO. And I know when I chatted with you about it a couple weeks ago, you said it would probably be really hard for me to find your scene, but I took that as a challenge, and I accepted that challenge. And because I'm such a dedicated podcast host, I watched the entire 5th season of Ballers frame by frame in an effort to find you, and I'm pretty sure I was successful. So we're going to play a clip here, but to avoid a copyright strike, we're going to play the clip without sound, so we can just kind of talk over it as we watch it. But Eddie, let's go ahead and play the clip of Riley Newman sharing the screen with The Rock on the HBO show Ballers. So here we got, here's The Rock, directed by Chloe DeMont, featuring Riley Newman. So he's definitely in this episode somewhere. And pay close attention. There he is. I'm pretty sure that's you right there.
There I am.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure
this is
Riley
on the,
Newman.
that was on the boardwalk of Malibu, California. We were shooting a scene. It's unbelievable how like the acting world is. We shot that scene probably like 20 times, just that 5-second little walkway, 20 different times. But that was cool. Yeah, I was like probably 6 feet behind the Rock. The guy's an absolute stud and a legend. And I'm just looking all tiny and small because he's so huge. But it was cool.
That is so cool. That is so cool. So
Yeah.
how did that, like, is that something that you do regularly? Like do like extra type work, or was that like a one-time thing, or what's that all about?
Yeah, so I moved to California about 2.5 years ago, and I was a big like drama, like acting. Actually, in middle school, high school, that's where I started. I was actually on the musical Grease in middle school. I was Danny with my slick back hair, my white shirt, the little musical. And that was cool. So that's where like all started for me. And then when I moved to LA, I just I wanted to see how it all worked, and so I just got a few background roles. SEAL Team on CBS. I've done a couple ABC shows. You're getting paid nothing. I mean, it's like $150 a day, but it's really, really cool to watch the whole production kind of take form. I love it. So unfortunately, I don't do it anymore because I'm in Phoenix. But when I was in LA, I did it all the time.
Nice. That's very cool. So did you actually get to like meet The Rock and talk to him, or was it the kind of thing where they're like, don't even make eye contact with The Rock, or how was that?
Yeah, he was pretty down to earth guy. Like between scenes. He would come over and like give the extras like fist bumps, and like the dude was the nicest guy I've ever met. You would think the big celebrity like that wouldn't care about extras, but he gave the time of day to say, "Hey, I'm Dwayne." It's like, Dwayne, I know who you are, but it was really, really neat. I loved it.
Wow, so cool. I think, if I'm not mistaken, like recently it came out that he is like the number one, like highest paid actor in Hollywood right now. So I mean, to hear that he's like so down to earth like that, that is so cool. I was always a big wrestling fan. I watched the WWF, aka WWE, growing up. Still watch it from time to time. But he was definitely my all-time favorite. The Rock was just so cool, and I love hearing stories like that, like when like big time celebrities are down to earth and nice like that. So that's very cool to hear. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was
Love
neat. Yeah, I've been to a couple other like shows where the big time celebrity is like, fetch me water and go get my coffee now. But Dwayne never did that. He was nice.
Very cool. So something kind of related. I kind of heard some rumors that you were involved with somebody else that's kind of famous a little bit. Word on the street is that you've been giving pickleball training to a well-known cast member from the CBS show Survivor. Is there any truth to that? And if so, are you allowed to reveal who the person is that you've been giving some pickleball coaching to?
I was actually just texting him a couple hours ago. Yeah, he's his name's Tyson Apostle. He is the winner of Survivor. I'm not sure which season it was. He's been on Survivor a couple times now. He lives in Mesa, Arizona, and I've been teaching him now for the last couple months. And we're actually going to collaborate together, and we're going to go across the country, like teaching these camps, Tyson and I, and kind of just promoting pickleball, talking about Survivor, and we're actually going to team up. So it's going to be really cool in the works. So make sure to stay tuned for all that.
Nice. That's very cool. Yeah, I'm very familiar with Tyson. I've been a pretty big fan of Survivor. Like there were a few seasons I missed, but I've been watching it regularly with my family lately, and he was on the most recent All-Star season that they had. They had like all the past winners came back for the big season, and he was on there. And in a recent issue of Pickleball magazine, they talked about how he's a big pickleball player. So that is very cool. And apparently you are very drawn to people named Tyson when it comes to pickleball.
Yeah, actually, Tyson, he just played his first tournament in Missouri that end of July. So he's all in, man. So watch out.
Nice. So what level would you say he's currently at? Like skill wise?
4-0. 4-0.
Okay. Oh, so I could maybe
So
see him
if you want to play a little
tournament.
matchmaker, I could team you guys up together. Who knows? A little matchmaker.
Oh man. I'd be all about it. I've been doing 4-0 lately. I haven't been doing great in 4-0, but I'm getting better.
We haven't taken my
But yeah.
coaching yet.
That's right. Yeah. So you give me a little coaching, and then Tyson and I will be both of your trainees, and we'll rock the world of pickleball. I would love that. Let's make that happen.
I'm in, man. We'll do it.
Nice. So I was mentioning how Tyson was in a recent issue of Pickleball magazine. Eddie, I think you have the most recent issue of Pickleball magazine handy, and there's somebody interesting on the cover. And if we look closely, there we go. There he is, Riley and his sister Lindsay, right there on the cover of Pickleball magazine. I think if you weren't sure that you made it before, I think this is proof that you've made it. You're on the cover of Pickleball magazine.
No. No, I don't think so. I actually haven't even seen it yet. I haven't even physically held the magazine yet.
Oh, really? If that was me, I'd probably own like 50 copies of it right now. Hand it out to everybody I know.
Yeah, I told Wayne to send me some, but I haven't even seen it yet. So I've just been getting pictures or little videos like that saying I made the cover. So no, super cool and honored, and just trying to stay humble, just trying to do my thing, and hopefully make many more covers to come.
Very nice. And something that should make you feel extra special, Eddie and I actually are in that magazine as well. Well, our names are anyway, in like a small little piece of one of the pages.
Like a tiny little spot in there. So we're kind of celebrities like you too, I guess is what Webby's trying to say.
Yep. Yeah, they always say
they should blow your guys' face up there.
The next best thing to being on the cover is having your names typed out in like one of the little side portions of one of the pages in the middle of the magazine. Like that's like the next best thing.
You're going to take my cover spot real soon. Just wait.
Oh man, so I don't, Eddie. I'm kind of getting sick of. I'm not getting sick of, but my throat is getting tired. So I need to take a little break from asking questions myself. I don't know if you have anything you want to bring up. Otherwise, I think it's a good time to have some other people ask questions.
Before I do that, I want to bring up a comment here from our buddy Connor Ogden. He just wanted to clarify that Riley is paired with Kyle Yates, Ben Johns, Tyler Loong, and Matt Wright tomorrow at the Utah Invitational. So I've never heard of any of those names before, so it doesn't sound like it's. I'm just totally kidding. Those are obviously some of the top players in the sport. So that's cool that you're going to be playing with all of them.
Yeah, well, thank you, Connor, for telling me, because I didn't even know that. So I'm excited.
Bringing it to you live on the air here on the Eddie and Webby show. But I do agree with Webby that people are getting sick of hearing from us. They want to hear from other pros. And so I think it's time for one of the best segments now to the Eddie and Webby podcast. We've been doing this for the last, 15, 10 episodes? I don't even know how many. But this is pros asking pros questions. And we got some good ones here for you, Riley. So get prepared. Our first one actually is going to come from our friend, Wes Gabrielson.
Hey, Riley. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I've got a couple questions for you. First of all, who is your favorite opponent to play in all of pickleball? So favorite male opponent, favorite female opponent.
Good question.
Okay, favorite male opponent. You know, the guy actually got me kind of started in pickleball. He gave me a few tips, but I really like playing Brian Ashworth. One of these guys that's like super crafty, really creative when he plays. Hard to read his shots. Super deceptive. He's really fun and just a nice guy off the court as well. So Brian would probably be my pick for men's and women's. I like playing against all of them, really. Could I say Lindsay?
Yeah.
I'll say Lindsay. I like playing against her too. In practice, we play against each other all the time, and she makes me better. And so I like playing and sparring against her. So I'll say Lindsay for females.
Great answers. Yeah. I like that. I like how you kind of explained why you choose him as an opponent. Usually I like to have Webby as my opponent because then I win six times. But I'm glad you liked your opponents for different reasons. So that wasn't the only question from Wes, though. Here is question number 2.
And then number 2, when you go to Dairy Queen, what is your go-to order? Stay well and see you soon, buddy.
Thank you, Wes, for the question. Always appreciate seeing you. Well, I do like the classic $6 lunch. I get my chicken strips, French fries, and instead of that Sunday, I'll just upgrade for $1 more and get a classic Reese's Blizzard.
Nice.
Like it.
If I'm not mistaken, Eddie, isn't that the same answer that Lindsay gave? Like, or at least the $6 the $6 lunch part. Anyway, you guys, great minds think alike.
Yeah, when we go through the drive-through, there's like, okay, we'll take 7 $6 lunches, and we all get the same stuff.
Yeah, I was introduced to the $6 lunch. I still haven't had a chance to get it yet, but I don't know. We're going to be going on a little bit of a road trip here in the next couple of days. Maybe I'll pick one of those up because it sounds delicious.
It does.
You'll just have to bring out your debit card when you pay for me.
That's right. All right, I'll fly to Utah tomorrow so I can buy you your Blizzard. All right, to keep this going here, we have another question here. This one comes from Eric Lang.
Hey Riley, it's Eric Lang. I'm actually still over in Bend, Oregon, trying to get that high altitude training in. Congrats on your PPA win in Newport. My question for you is, help us understand what you do off the court in terms of physical fitness. You and Tyson are such a formidable team, and you both work hard. Just curious to know what it is that you do. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.
Oh, Eric Lang is one of my favorite guys in the pickleball world. One of the nicest human beings I've ever met. So thanks, Eric, for the question. I don't really want to tell my secrets because this guy has beaten me a couple times, and the last time I got him, but it was super close. But I'll give you a couple things. I really like to do some sprints, so I'll go training with sprinting. I'll do some lunges, but I'll keep it to those two things because I can't tell too many secrets to Eric because he's going to start beating me all the time. So that guy's a stud.
All right, Webby, we heard it. Sprints and lunges, and then we'll look like Riley and play like him on the court.
Yep. He just revealed all his secrets, and yeah, we're set. We're set now.
I like it. All right. Another great question here. And the next one comes from our good buddy, Morgan Evans.
G'day, Riley. How are you, mate? My question to you is difficult. You are forced to quarantine for 3 months with only one of your siblings. Who's it going to be? Take care, bud.
Ooh.
Morgan, you know you can't ask that question.
That's like your favorite kid, right?
Right. Yeah, this could start a family feud here.
I mean, the group text is already going off right now, so I know I'm just going to get so much pushback for whatever answer I give. But since I only have one brother, I will say Cody because he's my little prodigy. He's actually going to be starting to play pickleball pretty soon too. If I say one of the sisters, then they're all going to start getting mad at me. So if I say my brother, I feel like I'm in somewhat of the safe zone there.
That is a very safe answer, and I definitely
great answer.
Approve of that. What's the age difference between you and Cody?
Yeah, so he is 19. So he'll be a sophomore in college next year. He's played probably like 10 or 15 times, like a solid 4 or 5. But hopefully, like in 2022, this guy will be my doubles partner. He's getting good.
Nice.
Cool. Well,
and can you imagine another Newman into the pickleball world, especially if he gets trained and plays with Riley?
You know what? Eventually, people are going to get a little sick of the Newmans. Like, come on. Like, you guys all can't be that great and just dominating the sport like this. You only get a couple.
Right. And then by the time that they're ready to move into the senior division, that's when like the kids of the Newman family are going to be of age, and they're probably going to take over.
You know, we're hosting our own tournament. Lindsay and I are hosting a tournament in Arizona, and we have 5 of 7 siblings already entered in. So just wait until a couple more years, and there's just going to the whole bracket's going to be filled by Newmans.
The Newman Nation is going to take on a whole new meaning then.
Right? Yeah, it's going to be literal.
Right. I love it.
Cool.
Well, this next question comes from somebody very close to you, and the answer to your last question, I'm sure she'd be very curious about the answer to as well. But actually, this one comes from your mom, Pam.
Hey, Riley. Mom here. What would be your favorite meal I can make you when you come home to see me next time?
Oh, my mom, she actually is my good luck charm. She came to my very first pickleball tournament in Las Vegas. And that was when I had a big win with Joey Farias over Ben and Kyle. And then she was at Newport this last weekend where I got another gold. So I got to keep my mom with me in my suitcase. She's got to start coming on the road with me because every time she has, I've gotten that dang gold medal. So it's always good having her in the stands. She watched me in tennis growing up all the time. I do love a good fashioned spaghetti. She makes the best with a little corn, some of that red tomato sauce, and then some ice cream after that. Can't beat it.
A little bit of mom spaghetti. Mom spaghetti is a big thing here in Michigan, especially in the Detroit area, thanks to Eminem.
I love pasta. It was the easiest thing to cook, you know, for all these siblings as a parent, just to throw out spaghetti. But I eat pasta almost every day. It's ridiculous.
That's incredible. And what a cool question from your mom. It seems like she's such a supportive, awesome mom to have, where she just wants to know what she can cook her son next time she sees
right.
you. So that was really cool to get that question sent over.
Yeah, such a great mom question. Yeah. What can I make you the next time you visit?
I mean, I was the first boy too, so I feel like sometimes she spoils me. But I definitely love coming home.
That's cool. Great question. But that's not it. We still have more. Here is a question from Ryan Treffry.
Question for Riley Newman. I remember meeting you at your second tournament in 2017 in Tustin, California. At what point did you know that you had made it? Was there a particular win or moment or paycheck?
It's a good question.
It is.
You know, I feel like I played a lot of smaller tournaments before, but when Lindsay and I got bronze at the US Open last year, it was like our first podium at a major. And then the Facebook friend request came like nonstop. So I feel like US Open is a big one. And then, Nationals last year was good too. Just getting those major tournaments are so huge for not only like your brand, your sponsor, but just if you can perform at the highest level at those big tournaments, your rating will just jump off the page.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I guess there's really nothing more to say about it than that. Like that's kind of the answer, right? You just got to do it.
You just got to produce at those biggest tournaments.
I like it. Here's a second question. Second question from Ryan.
Also, what are your thoughts on Dairy Queen being a sponsor at your tournament in Arizona this October?
Is that happening? Is Dairy Queen a sponsor?
Yeah, that's super cool. If you guys have not looked at pickleballtournaments.com, I highly suggest you checking it out. It's October 16 through 18 in Mesa, Arizona. Dairy Queen is an official sponsor. We're having Dairy Queen Court. They're coming out. They're bringing like ice creams, blizzards. I hope I can have a sponsorship by then. I'm really, really excited, and I'm just going to be scarfing down ice cream left and right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool that that you guys were able to get Dairy Queen involved. I mean, it's kind of like your trademark, right? It's your thing, and now they're officially involved in pickleball, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, I guess the owner of like the Dairy Queen out there in Arizona, he plays. So I just got to get on his good side, and hopefully they throw a little cash to me so I can be a Dairy Queen sponsored player.
Well, I can guarantee, like we talked about this when Lindsay was on, like you guys, I bet have caused so many people to go to Dairy Queen that normally wouldn't have. Because like if the Newmans are eating Dairy Queen and they're this successful, I mean, there's something to that.
Something in the ice cream,
right?
I like it.
Kind of funny. I just there's a Dairy Queen not too far from my house, so my wife and I, and then and my daughters, we all walk there frequently, probably at least twice a week. And my pickleball game has improved drastically ever since we started doing that.
Yeah, you feel good, you play good.
Yeah, that's all there is to it.
I like it. We have a question here from somebody, Tyson McGuffin. I've never heard of him before.
Is he in a hot tub again?
Yeah,
McMuffin.
Tyson. Here's one from Tyson McGuffin.
Riley, I know you go on dates all the time. I mean, literally every single day. Yet, none of them have worked out. So tell everyone, what are you looking for in your dream girl?
Wow, Tyson has changed.
I screwed that up, guys. That's on me. That's totally on me. Oh, man.
I hope Tyson is still watching this right now.
I thought Tyson's wife was pregnant, not him.
Well, I think maybe we should we should answer that question, and then we'll go to Tyson. So obviously that was from your sister Lindsay, and she wants to know about your dream girl, right, and all the dates you go on.
About the dating life, So, golly, I can't get that image out of my head with it's supposed to be Tyson there. So I've been on definitely a lot of Bumble, some Tinder, some Hinge dates in my past. Definitely just looking for someone who's athletic, fun to be around, family oriented. I feel like I'm on Match.com explaining what I want, but but no, I just want someone that can put up with all my traveling and kind of can come on the road and watch a little pickle with me.
would you prefer her to play pickleball?
It definitely helps having them know, pickleball, like especially like the rules. And I've dated some girls that have no athletic body, and it's just like talking to a wall. It's pretty miserable. So some athleticism is definitely necessary for my chica to be coming along with me.
I like it. All right, did you hear that? Even though our audience is like 80% men, for that 20%. Did you hear that?
Or if you got granddaughters, send them my way.
Right? Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
And so yeah, there was the male and then also the age. So yes, you nailed it with the granddaughters. Oh, that's pretty funny. Well, this next question comes from Lindsay, aka Tyson McGuffin. And so I'm gonna go ahead and play that one now.
Right guy, what up, my man? Hey, hope you're having a good time on the Eddie and Webby show. Want to let you know that you're a fucking animal. And it was a sick win this last weekend. Anyhow, my man, you should let the world know about how we officially met with our first tennis match. My man, take care, peace.
Ooh,
that's cool. You guys have seen all of Tyson's backyard in all of your podcasts, huh?
Yeah.
This guys, no. So we met probably when I was 21. We played in like a small tennis tournament in Seattle, and we met in the finals. And it was like a super long 4-hour tennis match. Just like went through 7 or 8 shirts, super grueling. I think there was a few line call discrepancies. It was just a ton of fun. I remember going off that tennis match and be thinking like the war. And this guy is an absolute war. It was fun to play with him at Newport. I actually got on him a little bit at Newport. I thought he wasn't playing his best. So I told Tyson to shake it up and start playing. And it actually lit a fire under him. And then he just started playing like a rock star at Newport. And we ended up coming back to win. So I know I can trust him on the court. I have the confidence in his game. So I'm happy to be rolling out with Ty.
I love it, man. I love to see what you guys are doing on that court. This is just my own personal follow-up question to Tyson. Obviously, the longer you guys are playing together, the more success you're seeing, right? What do you think it is about that dynamic or the relationship, or maybe even some actual strategy going on the court that's leading to you guys really just every time incrementally getting more and more successful?
It's a good question. I think when you first start playing tournaments with new people, you aren't super comfortable, or like you're maybe thinking something, but you can't say it because you're afraid of what they're going to think, or vice versa. So now Tyson and I, we've played probably 6 or 7 tournaments. And like I just mentioned, there was a match, we were playing Matt and Ben in the bronze medal match, and we were, we're losing pretty handily, like at 1-6 in the second game. And I kind of called a timeout, and I let him have it a little bit. I didn't think he was playing his best. And I know I would have never said what I said at our first tournament. But now having that comfortability with one another, I can now tell him what I'm feeling and just get after it. I feel like now we're comfortable on middle shots, who's got what balls, and we're a rocking pair right now.
That's cool, man. And I kind of agree with you. I do feel like once you play with somebody a few times and you get that relationship, you can have those brutally honest conversations, and it comes across in a very positive, motivating way. Personally, for me, the last tournament I played in, men's doubles, my partner Mark and I, this was our 3rd or 4th tournament, and it was the bronze medal match, it was the match leading up to the bronze medal match. And he looked at me and he's like, "You need to start being aggressive at that line." And Webby will tell you, Mark he's more of a quiet guy. He's a little bit more reserved. And so when he said that to me, and he had the confidence and the trust and the respect for me to be brutally honest, that's when it immediately came to me like, oh crap, like he really means it, and I need to do my part. So I think it's awesome that that you guys, obviously on a professional level, still have those same steps you have to get through to build that trust and respect with each other to be able to be brutally honest.
Yeah, right. I mean, I just know that if that was our first tournament, I'm probably just gonna, keep quiet, and I'm probably just gonna go through the match and we'll probably lose. But playing a handful of tournaments now, if he's seeing something in my game, I want him to speak up, and if vice versa. So it just makes our partnership that much stronger. And yeah, no, that's a good point. So I'm excited to play with him the rest of the year.
That's great, man. Well, great pros asking pros questions. Thank you all the pros out there that definitely submitted them, and thank you, Riley, for opening up to us with a lot of those questions.
You didn't get all my nephews and nieces like you had on Lindsay's show. There was like 11 of them in the shot.
That's right.
Do they have a unique nickname for you? I know they call Lindsay Auntie Wee Wee. Do they have like a weird nickname for you?
Well, sometimes Riley is hard to say, so they'll say Rye, and they'll just keep it nice and short.
Oh, okay.
Uncle Rye is usually my go-to.
Nice. So is there like a particular pickleball memory that stands out to you as being your absolute favorite so far?
Oh, it was probably 2019 Nationals. Lindsay and I were playing in the gold medal match. It was sunset, center court, probably 2,000 people watching. And I just remember looking around before they started like the 002, and then I'm just kind of thinking, wow, this has got to be one of the coolest moments I've ever had on a pickleball court. Stadium was packed. The juices were going, and I'm just thinking, gosh, I want more of these memories. So I got to just train hard so that I can keep putting myself in these positions to play at the highest level.
Nice. So like, is there like, I'm always curious to hear like from successful pros in the world of pickleball, like, is there any kind of ritual or anything that you do leading up to a tournament, whether it be the day of, the day before, or the week leading up to? Is there like any kind of ritual that you have, something that you always make sure you do to get yourself prepared, either mentally or physically?
Well, actually, I'm drinking it right now. This is Pedialyte. Everyone knows it. Some people call it the hangover drink. But this thing I drink a day before the tournament just because I've had problems in college where I'm not playing my best because I'm dehydrated. But in pickleball tournaments, I'll drink, a bottle of this before I compete. I was drinking a bunch in Newport Beach. It keeps me hydrated. It keeps me energized. It gets me at my optimal performance. And that's going to be my next sponsorship. I got to reach out to Pedialyte.
Very nice. So how much do you drink, do you think, leading up to a tournament? Do you have like a certain amount? Do you make sure you drink like a whole bottle of it, or what do you think?
Yeah, I'll drink a full bottle.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I just
that's good to know.
water doesn't really cut it sometimes. I just need that electrolytes. So yeah, I just been rocking and rolling with it.
Very nice. Yeah, I love hearing about stuff like that because that's when I first started playing pickleball, like when I first really got addicted to it, that's something I definitely did not do enough of is stay hydrated. And I experienced some dehydration one night, and it was very, very scary because like my heart was racing. Like I thought I was having a heart attack, and it turns out I was just like super dehydrated. And once I got the hydration level back up, I was totally fine. But from that moment on, it was like a major wake up call. So I've like really paid attention to my hydration, and that made a huge difference. I haven't had any problems ever since I've like made sure I stay hydrated like a day before I know I'm going to do a tournament or play for many hours. So yeah, that's definitely a great tip. And for anybody new to the sport, that's a very important thing. Stay hydrated.
Yeah, especially if you invest yourselves in these tournaments on the weekends and you play all these matches. It's really grueling. And if you're not hydrated, you're not going to be playing at your highest level. And at the pro level, you're going to need to be playing at your best if you want to have a shot to win. So, the hydration thing I feel like it's pretty minor and it's like obvious, but you got to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So one thing I wanted to bring up, I heard that you have a new signature paddle coming out soon. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So I'm super stoked. I'll be making a kind of an official announcement here in the next couple weeks, but might as well in the Eddie and Webby show bring it out to you guys. So this
nice.
is called the Mach 6 Power.
Ooh.
So this is going to be my signature paddle. It's got plenty of handle space for my two-handed backhand. I'm comfortably putting it on. Selkirk's coming out with this in October. Lindsay's going to be coming out with like her hybrid version. So I've been playing with this for about the last month, and I love it. So I'm really excited. Thank you, Selkirk, for making my own signature paddle, and I'll be going up to Idaho to make the colors for my signature pretty soon.
Very nice. That's got to be awesome to have your own signature paddle with the company that you're sponsored by. I mean, that's got to be a great feeling, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. Selkirk's been really, really good to Lindsay and I since we joined the team last March. And this is just another stepping stone to kind of solidify how much they care about us, is making our own signature paddles.
So is that part of the Vanguard lineup? I noticed the color scheme is the same as like the Vanguard series I've seen so far.
Yeah, so this is another branch off the Vanguard family. They have the Invicta, the S2, the Epic is what we used to play with. But now you see all these players from tennis coming over with the two-handed backhand. So now Selkirk's thinking, well, we need to make a paddle that has a longer handle, and especially do it with us because that's kind of what we're known for. So
Yeah.
It's coming out in October. Mine's the Power, and I played with it last weekend, and obviously I got a decent amount of success, so I'm just going to keep riding with this.
Very nice.
Yep.
So speaking of other companies you're sponsored by, I think I saw that you're sponsored by like a knee wrap or a company that like specializes in like braces and stuff like that. Is that right?
Yep. I usually have it in my bag. So I'm sponsored by BRD Sport, which is a knee, ankle, elbow brace company. I've had some bad tendonitis from my basketball and tennis days in college. So I'll usually be wearing a brace when I play. That helps me feel comfortable on the court. And then also we just signed a new 3-year deal with Takea. So they are like the number 2 leading water bottle company in the whole world. And the owner of the company plays pickleball. So we met him last month in Newport Beach, and he's a huge fan. He was at the tournament last weekend, and we're going to be making our own signature bottles coming out. And it keeps our hydration cold in Arizona, when it's 115. So thank you, Takea. They are super amazing. And I got a couple other sponsors as well.
Very nice. Now the knee wrap company, that one definitely stands out to me because I do have knee issues myself. Also, I had reconstructive ACL surgery, so there are times where my knee bothers me real bad, so I need to wear something. And I've talked to you a little bit on the side beforehand, so I'm definitely going to check that out and see if the knee wraps work for me when I play.
Old, man.
Right? The sad thing is, like, it happened when I was 19. Like, when I was 19, I tore my ACL in a very stupid way. I'm not even going to talk about it.
No.
So
Tell everybody how it happened. Tell them how it happened.
I knew I shouldn't have brought this up. It involves some stairs. I mean, it involves cage fighting. It involved like this really this like crazy cage fighting thing that was going on. No, it was a stupid story. I totally tore my ACL. Had to have reconstructive surgery. 6 months later, it got very badly infected, so I had to have another surgery. Then it led to me having a PICC line installed, so I had like stuff getting injected into my arm. Like it was a whole thing, but it's all good now. And to be honest, like the knee, like my AKA good knee is the one that bothers me more now. Like the one that had the surgeries actually doesn't feel too bad. The other knee, I think because of all the years of taking all the weight and pressure off of the other knee as I was recovering, I think maybe had something to do with it. But so I usually wear like 2 knee wraps, but the ones I've been using have been kind of aggravating my knees lately. So I think I'm going to give the ones you said it's BRD. Is that the company?
Yeah. And also too, like a lot of knee braces, they'll like slip as you're playing, which is obviously the worst when you're having to like pull it back up. So BRD, it just stays right on that same spot. You don't have to ever like fix it or, play with it as you're playing. Nice. BRD Sport, and they just got into pickleball, and they just sponsored Catherine Parento, so they're all in.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give those a try because I'm sick of, like you said, the ones I currently wear constantly sliding down. It's super annoying, so I'll definitely give that a shot for sure. So what advice would you give to somebody that's just getting started in pickleball and really wants to become a high level competitive player? Is there like any kind of advice that you think that like you wish you knew when you first got started, or just something that you think would really help somebody that's just getting started in this wonderful world of pickleball?
Yeah, yeah. If you're just kind of stepping on the court for the first time, I'd probably maybe start with like a lesson just to get like the foundation, the basic foundation of like, positioning, how to hold a paddle. And then after that, once you have the layer to kind of start with, then you can just play. I recommend just playing all the time. Have competitive games where you're playing against people that are better than you if they let you play with them. And then just continue to just play nonstop. I think whatever sport it is, having that atmosphere and competitive play simulates tournament play. So a court time is probably the number one thing I'd recommend.
Okay. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this has been such a cool night, such a fun night, Riley. Thank you very much for being here with us. I know you gotta get out of here pretty soon because you got a PPA event you need to attend. So I want to give you a chance to say anything that you want to say, whether you tell people how to follow you or just anything, whatever's on your mind. Now is your chance to do that.
Yeah, well, first off, thanks to Eddie and Webby for having me on. I know I was the second Newman sibling to make an appearance, but I know you saved the best for last. So thank you very much for that. But no, honestly, if anybody has any questions or comments about how I play, or if they want a lesson, or if I'm coming to a city near you, don't hesitate. I kind of look mean on the court because I'm intense and I want to win so badly. But if you ever see me at a tournament off the court, feel free to introduce yourself, say hi. Follow me on Instagram, Riley Newman, and then Facebook as well. And thank you to my sponsors, Selkirk, Takea, BRD Sport. I got some Turner grip here. But other PB Sports, a Canadian company I also play with too. So yeah, thank you to having me on. And yeah, it was a blast. It was a really, really fun time.
Yeah, super fun. Can't thank you enough. And one thing I want to point out, I'm pretty sure when Lindsay was on, she said something about how everybody thinks she's mean because of how she looks on the court too. So maybe that's just the Newman thing. You guys just when you're focused, you maybe have that like a mean look to your face or something. I don't know.
We just want to win so badly that if we make a mistake, we never smile or like laugh. So
right.
Trust me, we feel like we're pretty normal people off the court. So yeah, don't hesitate.
Nice. Well, yeah, I've met and talked to both you and Lindsay off the court, and such nice people. I mean, you guys are very easy to get along with. So if anybody thinks that they're just like nothing but business and mean looking when they're on the court, that's couldn't be any further from the truth. So, but yeah, man, yeah, thank you very much for joining us. This has been a great night, and hope you have a good one. And good luck at the PPA event.
Thank you guys for having me on.
All right, take it easy, Riley.
All right, bye.
Man, such another fun and amazing episode.
It's crazy. I mean, just how cool, fun, and interesting a lot of these pickleball pros are. And just how amazing it is that we have the opportunity to get them onto the podcast, hang out for a little bit, and just kind of get to know them and really let the world get to know them. Because you're right. I think you nailed it, where Lindsay and Riley, like, they're badasses on the court, right? But then you meet them off court and they're super nice, super chill, a lot of fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
So it's cool to be able to show that side of a lot of people that if you just watch the matches, you're potentially not going to see, right?
Right. And Tyson's another example. Like, if you watch Tyson play, he is super extreme. He's just like focused, and he gets very upset with himself if he does something that he isn't happy with. So you think, oh man, I got to stay away from this guy. But if you talk to him off the court, super nice guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. I think the most extreme example is, he's not a pro, but Matt Loria. He's been on our show a few times. He's a comedian in Grand Rapids. He was on 3 episodes ago, and he's a 4-5 player now. And when he's on the court, man, like, he's just intense. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Is there another word for it?
Oh yeah, I mean, it definitely. That's like the flip gets switched when he's on the court. Different person altogether than when he's off the court. Some people are just like that. Like when some people just once they got their game face on and they're just focused and they're not going to take any crap. And yeah, it's amazing. It's hilarious to see the difference that like the different sides of people when they're on the court versus when they're off the court.
How, do you feel like you're different on and off the court, and if so, how?
I feel like the main thing is I get pissed at myself a lot when I'm on the court. When I'm off the court, I feel like I don't care so much, but when I'm on the court, like I mainly get pissed at myself. Like I'll get a little vocal and angry at myself, kind of like Tyson does. Like I've seen Tyson get mad at himself. I feel like I'm kind of that way on the court. Like I never get angry at my partners. I know I've seen some people get like angry at their partners even, but I never care if my partner messes up. But if I mess up, like I hate myself.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've seen people like partners fight each other, like literally shoving matches.
Oh jeez.
Like I mean, I don't know. That's crazy to me. And luckily, I've never had any partners that get mad at me when I screw up. Usually, they're always like, "Hey, it's all good, man. Shake it off. Bad luck. Let's keep going." So, I think that's very important as well.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Wow, that was great.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, such a fun episode. I mean, the challenge where the match game thing where Riley had to see how much he knew about his sister. That was super fun. And he definitely did better than Lindsay thought. Lindsay did not think he was going to do very good.
Well, I mean, we now owe 2 large blizzards. So
yep.
I think the next time we're at a tournament with them, we'll definitely want to bring a camera along for the Newman visit to Dairy Queen. By then, Dairy Queen is going to be a national sponsor of all of pickleball. So they'll be involved. I mean, it's going to be a giant event.
Right. Man, we were this close. We were this close to getting blizzards from Riley, but he pulled it out in the end.
That's right. But hey, you know what? We had to make it interesting. So that was fun.
That's for sure. Yeah,
I want to thank everybody out there on the social media world for all the comments and questions you had tonight. There were a lot of great questions that we weren't able to get to. Once again, very sorry about that. It was just all about the timing, but definitely continue to keep those questions coming throughout these live streams, and we'll be able to send them over to our guests, right, Webby?
That is correct. Oh, and there's one thing I almost forgot about, something very special. I'm about to debut a world premiere debut of something very cool.
Yeah.
Well, on the previous episode, on our post podcast, Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby, we had Brandon Swanson, aka the Paddle Geek, and he debuted his most recent top 10 list of his favorite paddles. And number 1 on that list was the Rogue 2 from Players Pickleball. I've never played with that paddle before. I was not familiar with it at all, but I learned...
A very surprising number 1, I think, for a lot of people.
Oh, for sure. I was definitely not expecting that. And then shortly after that, there was a video going around social media where Gizmo joined forces with Rogue 2. That's his new current sponsor, paddle sponsor. They made a custom Gizmo paddle, and I learned that they do custom paddles. Like you can send them like your company logo or however you want your paddle to be. And I'm a huge fan of customizing anything. For crying out loud, I've got a fanny pack with the Eddie and Webby logo on it. So
just look here. Just look around at all the customization of things there.
Yeah. My whole basement is Eddie and Webby. Here's the fanny pack. I'm super proud of this fanny pack. Here's a beach towel. I showed this off at the very beginning. This thing is massive. Oh, it's upside down, but it's you get the point.
Yep. Oh, I didn't. Until you flipped it over, I had no idea what it was.
Right?
So, yeah.
So anyway, I learned that Players Pickleball will do custom pickleball paddles. So I wanted to test out this Rogue 2 paddle that Brandon Swanson was going on and on about. And I had this bad boy made by the fine folks at Players Pickleball. And here it is. A Pickleball for Life Rogue 2 gel core paddle. And then if you flip it over, we got the Eddie and Webby logo, the classic Eddie and Webby logo. I'm very happy with how this thing turned out. I have not played with it yet. But you can rest assured there will be a video coming out at some point when I do test this out. I will do a review, and I will give you my honest review, my honest feedback. I've been dabbling with different paddles lately. I kind of want to see what's out there.
I've noticed that you've been swiggity switching it up a little bit.
Yep, swiggity switching it up. I still love the Paddle Tech Tempest Wave Pro. That is a very solid paddle.
It's a
very salad. The very salad paddle.
That paddle is for Caesar
I like salads
and chef salads only. That's
oh
it.
yeah. And then Eddie and I each reviewed the Selkirk Vanguard paddles. We reviewed different ones. We had very different opinions about the paddles, but they were different models. So I liked the Invicta. But to be honest, I still I couldn't get away from the Tempest Wave Pro even after I did the review. I still think the Selkirk Invicta Vanguard is a very solid paddle. I'll probably use it if I do singles matches or tournaments and stuff like that. I really like it for that. But I actually recently started using the Prince Response Pro. Man, I can't talk right now. I didn't even drink that much tonight. Maybe I needed to drink more. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's.
But anyway, I've been playing with the Prince Response Pro, and I've got to tell you, I've been loving that paddle. And at this current moment, I think that's my go-to paddle. But in the very near future, I will give the Rogue 2 a try, and I'll let everybody know what I think of it.
Well, I still have not found anything better than my Tempest Wave Pro. That's still my go-to, but I'm always open to trying things. In fact, Webby and I were recently shipped what I would like to call the cheapest carbon fiber paddle that you can find on Amazon. And we're going to be doing some reviews on that because maybe these $100 and $150, $200 price tags are pointless, and you can get just the same results with something significantly cheaper. So definitely keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, and I am a very big fan of doing as much as you can with something that doesn't cost much. Like I can stretch something that doesn't cost much and make it very good. I said that very weird, but anyway, I like to be I like to be very budget friendly. So I really hope this is a good paddle. It's a very cheap option out there. So who knows? Maybe it'll be good. You got to stay tuned, and you'll find out what we think about it.
That's right. A lot of great stuff coming up, guys. We mentioned it before. Some stuff we can't reveal. I hate when podcasts do that, but we're going to do it. Great things coming on here soon. Webby and I might actually be together in person soon as well. You never really know, but
you just never know.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that, guys.
All I can say is just keep an eye on any of these Pro Tour events coming up in the near future. You never know. Eddie and Webby might be involved. We might not be involved. That's all I'm going to say.
That's right. Well, Webby, anything else we want to talk about before we close out the show this evening?
No, I think that's it. This was a jam-packed episode. We covered a lot of stuff. This was another amazing episode that I absolutely loved a lot. And that's it for tonight, I think.
Well, that was episode number 72, which means there are 72 of you out there still right now. And guess what? We love you. We appreciate you. We wouldn't be doing this show if it wasn't for you guys out there. So thank you for tuning in and sticking around.
That's right.
And on that note, I'm Eddie.
And until next time, this is Webby, not Eddie, signing off.
See ya.